Okay, so David in Pennsylvania says, my 8-year-old Beagle Border Collie does not like my 11-month-old son.
Okay.
He keeps growling at him and showing teeth. It's heartbreaking to me as he was my baby and now he's obviously jealous. Can you help me, please?
I'm so
and this
glad
is
he's
something
growling.
that hits at the heart of what you do, dog bite prevention.
It does.
And good for David for being aware of that behavior and knowing there's a warning sign going on.
We like that.
Yeah.
And in what Ali just said, oh, thank God he's growling.
I'm so glad.
Why?
I'm so glad
that
he's
seems to me
growling.
that would not be a good thing.
Yeah, well, if the dog is uncomfortable, we'd rather the dog give feedback than do nothing at all and go straight to bite. Growling is important, and it's really, it's our human nature to be able to tell the dog stop or punish the growl. And in some circumstances that might be warranted. But here we've got to understand that the dog is growling for a reason. It feels uncomfortable. Now, it's easy for us to be able to put on how we might feel in that situation and put that onto our dog. Anthropomorphize maybe our dog's intent. But really, is the dog jealous or is the dog just really, really uncomfortable?
Yes. And I would also say first thing I would do is take the dog to the vet to be sure. It may make sense that, the son is 11 months old. So has the dog been growling for 11 months or did this suddenly come up? If we have any sudden behavior change, I immediately say, let's get him examined at the vet. No big deal. At least just eliminate that from our repertoire. I think one of the biggest mistakes that new parents make is that they do care for their dog and they want to make time for their dog. So when the baby comes, they don't want the dog to feel, left out. So when the baby goes down for a nap, they play with the dog. Well, what that's really teaching the dog is whenever the baby is away, I get to play. And every time the baby is present, I don't get attention from my parents. And that does generate some mixed feelings and conditions the dog to not like the child. So it is important that if you have one, maybe you have the mother working with the child or feeding the child or whatever, and then you have the father can be playing with the dog or feeding the dog. So it's important to work the family dynamics all together.
So basically make the environment harmonious and comfortable when the baby's there for the dog and make it inclusive and just the most positive thing
Absolutely.
you can.
And I think we need to mention management too.
Yes, yeah, because, baby's 11 months and a lot of 11-month-old babies are walking. They're starting to walk or they're crawling. They're definitely crawling.
And they're pulling themselves up on stuff.
So, now that's now even more, you see that's a time when the baby starts crawling and the baby starts walking. Then you have dogs that maybe have been fine when the baby's been carried around, but now they're moving. Whoa. That's scary stuff. Or that's just weird. Or get out of my space. So here's where you have management. Everyone's heard this, I know, but people still don't do it. Never, ever, ever, ever leave your infant, baby, toddler, young child alone with the dog at any time, no matter how lovely that dog is, at any time. And when the dog and baby are together, you have to be actively supervising. That doesn't mean you're standing at the kitchen sink doing the dishes whilst the baby is crawling around and the dog's in the room. It means you are there with the baby when the baby's crawling around. Active supervision. If you can't do that, dog's behind a baby gate, in the crate. Make sure, don't isolate them too much, but behind a baby gate.
Or the baby's in a baby gate.
Or the baby's in the crib and the pen. So that,
put the baby in the crate.
Baby pen.
Yes.
Baby pen. I meant a pen.
And
Play place.
a play pen.
Yes.
Play pen, not a crate. We don't put babies in the crate. But that kind of stuff. That's what we tell. Management is the most important thing.
And I think you're right. I think you had said before in a previous aspect too, with little kids, especially like that, they don't have control completely of their bodies and they make sudden movements and they make these squeals and noises that can be startling. And even if the dog is not aggressive or cares about it, it could be a natural reaction. Like, think about it. When somebody taps you on the shoulder, you're not expecting them. You jump, or some people swing or whatever. That reaction the dog may have, there's not a malicious intent. It's just an involuntary reaction.
The amount of times that that we have when we get called that the child's been bitten or the child's been mauled or whatever, it's because the kid has been either crawling around the dog or has used the dog to pull itself up, or as they get older they want to kiss the dog. And studies have shown that kids that are 3, 4, 5, when they're shown a picture of a dog growling like that, what do they say? Oh, the dog's smiling. Because showing teeth. People show teeth when they smile. Dogs are just smiling. They don't understand. Really important. So management is key.
And really just these baby pictures. When I go on my Facebook feed and I see all these
I know.
quote unquote cute baby photos where the baby's like baby sleeping on the dog or riding the dog, or all of these instances when an infant even at times or toddler is in, touch contact with the dog, and I see stress signs from the dog, or maybe not. And so even if you think that your baby and your dog are so cute together and 99% of the time they get along very well, it's still important to give the dog space.
Time.